It's a quiet November afternoon in a small neighborhood in Kent, Ohio, where a family of witches has made their home inside apartment 1921.
Hi! No.
55-year-old Luna Hart and her husband, 57-year-old Cliff, spend time with their daughters, Morgana, 20, and Guinevere, 14.
There's no other way to describe it.
Well, we don't really do anything witchy, really. Like, we don't sacrifice children to Satan, I mean, it's something we grew up with, and it's just always been there, and it's just part of who we are, and it's just like, in any other household, how their religion is just kind of a, it's not something that's like in your face every day. It's, your morals and your guidelines for life.
The family has always shared a bond through witchcraft, even though they experience it differently.
The way I define being a witch and what that means to me is that I am very sensitive to subtle energies. I'm sensitive to atmosphere. I'm sensitive to weather. I'm sensitive to moods. I'm sensitive to everything.
Now it doesn't seem so weird, but when I was a kid, I felt like I was weird because I felt like I was connected. I could have a conversation with what was going on around me, allow myself to become part of what was going on around me, and then becoming that much more experienced in it. It's like an external experience of an internal realization.
From a young age, I saw things like colors, or you could call them, entities or whatnot, and that was just it was normal for me, and to have someone that's just like, yep, that's normal, and not being like, oh my gosh, we gotta get that checked out.
Like Morgana, Guinevere has started to see colors and auras.
Just like that. Yes.
Morgana and Guinevere were drawn to witchcraft when they were children. Just like Luna, who realized in the first grade something set her apart from the rest of her classmates.
Anytime we'd be playing on the playground, I wanted to play witches. Go to the library, I'd get everything on witchcraft and ghosts and astrology and, odd stuff that I could find.
As Luna grew, so did her collection. Today, tarot card decks and spell books fill the bookshelves in her bedroom, and posters of fairies line her walls. The altar is where Luna spends the most time practicing witchcraft. Every trinket a symbol of her life, and each item central to peace and meditation.
It's a good illustration of my practice being a real conglomerate of a lot of different things that I've studied. Where the practice really comes in is, when the shit hits the fan. Whether it's with my daughters, whether it's a personal thing in our financial life or whatever it is, when we can come back and, get grounded and centered and approach things from a higher level, approach things dealing with it on all levels rather than just, the mundanery. That's the real benefit of it.
How did you become a witch?
Well, it's not a matter of becoming, it's a matter of realizing. And there's a saying that witches are born, not made.
Raised Protestant, Luna strayed from her religious upbringing to pursue her calling to practice witchcraft.
Actually, I'm just gonna just to kind of give it a little energetic boost.
But Luna's family didn't welcome her lifestyle.
Hours. And so my mother, who's just kind of always been hardwired to disapprove of me, it's changed. It really has changed, Things change as you get older, but in my earlier days, she's very Christian, and she just was not down with this at all, and always looking for something evil in it. My dad, who was a lapsed Catholic, really understood me more spiritually than she did. My sister was just kind of afraid of it all.
Now a mother herself, Luna, along with Cliff, encourages her daughters to build their own belief system.
I was always taught that this isn't the belief set that I necessarily have to follow. My beliefs and my personal philosophy are mine to discover.
They decided to become Buddhist or Catholic or born-again Christians. I would support them. It's their choice, but it's not something I think they would do. I don't think this is something that you can experience and then allow yourself to shut it down.
Because of her experiences, Luna decided to transform her lifestyle into a living.
Toys, you know? Yeah. It's toys. So
Today, Luna practices witchcraft full-time as Luna the Zen Witch. She makes an income giving in-house tarot and astrology readings,
Scorpio is the ice form.
drawing henna body art, and hosting Mother Drum, a music, dance, and chant circle for women. Luna started the ritual experience in April 2001 as a way to empower women to step out of their daily routines.
So in our statement of intent, there's a line that says, I am not mother, girlfriend, wife. For this time, I belong to me.
With her altar set and cauldron smoking, Luna leads the circle through singing and drumming. Every 3 months, Morgana helps her mother prepare for Mum Drum, and this month is no different.
A lot of people don't really get to have this relationship with their moms, you know, this kind of a bond or an activity like this that you get to do together. And I know a lot of people that are kind of at odds with their moms, or they don't really get along that well, but to be able to do something like this, you know, together is really great, and to have that connection.
Luna asked that our cameras not roll during the ritual to preserve the experience. Luna, why do you do all of this?
It makes me feel purposeful. It makes me feel that I am being who I am. I feel integrated because I'm being true to myself. And I think, you know, when I hear my daughters talk about what I do, they're kind of proud, you know, and I think it makes them feel a little special that they realize we're not kind of the norm, you know. And I know it makes my husband happy because, you know, I'm who he fell in love with, and when I'm being who I am, it makes him a happy guy.
What do you say to people who don't believe in what you do?
I think the belief or the lack of belief has more to do with magic and how that works, and is that a real thing, and is that possible? And it's not up to me to convince them.
Lady